Morning, everyone. It's Rhonda, and today we are going to take a closer look at Recraft. I think this is one of the more underrated AI generators out there, so I thought we would just take a closer look at it this morning and give you an overview of a lot of the different features it has and the different things you can do with it. So when you first log into Recraft, if you're new to it, you will see your create new project here on the left. And then you would have some tutorials here along your top row. If you've used it before, obviously you're going to see your previous projects. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is jump in and click on create new project. And we'll look at the different options and different things we have in here. On the left, you'll have your create new image, frame, mockup, or image set. And then on the right, there is a panel here that you can toggle on and off. If you click on the little question mark, it will bring up some tutorials. If you click on the eyeball, it will bring up your gallery with your previous generations. And then you have your scroll or your zoom, I should say, down here, and your undo and redo buttons. All right. So we are going to start by creating a new image. Okay, let me get rid of that and get rid of that. And I am going to zoom out because what I want to do here is start showing you your different options with create new image. And we are just going to put in a really basic prompt. A cute raccoon, a cute llama wearing a green sweater and standing next to a pot of gold, since we are coming up on St. Patrick's Day. So I put my prompt in here, and with my prompt, you can see up here we can change our image size. Right here, you can enter in whatever size you want. You have these three little sliders here where you can select to avoid any text. You can also put exclusions in here. If you don't want to see a rainbow or anything like that, since we're doing like a St. Patty's Day design, you could put that in here. Then you have your color palettes. You can use custom color palettes. And below your prompt, you have your aspect ratio, where you can make your image different aspects. And then here is our artistic level. All right. If we leave it at all the way to the bottom, it's going to follow our prompt pretty closely. And as you slide it up, it can vary a lot. And then down at the bottom here, we have our option between 2, 3, 4 images. I always run 4. If you are using Recraft as a free member, you can only do 2 at a time. All right. And so then right above the prompt, you see where it says Recraft V3 Raw. If you click on that, you will get a bunch of different styles that you can choose from when you're creating your images. All right. I like to use illustration a lot. And then I have some other favorites up here. And if you have a style in here that you do like to use regularly, you can click on the pin and it will pin it to the top so it is always available for you. All right. So we're just going to run our prompt here. And this one's an illustration. And I want to run multiple prompts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my green image box. I'm going to hold the Alt key down on my keyboard, and then I am going to drag to make a copy of that. And I am going to do the same again. I'm going to left click on the image, Alt key, and drag. And it will make more images, more image boxes for me. Now I can select all three, Alt, drag, and do the same thing. Okay, you can also just copy and paste, but I think it is easiest to do the Alt key, click and drag. All right, so here we go. We're going to run this llama wearing a green sweater standing next to a pot of gold in the illustration mode. And I think I'm going to run it in a couple other styles just so you get an idea of what some of the others might look like. We'll run it in watercolor. And let's run it in glow. And you see we get completely different images with the different styles selected. And once your generations are done, if you click on that image, you'll get your other options below because it did generate 4. And we'll select that one and we'll go through and look at those. And again, the watercolor gave us 4 different options as well. And the glow, the same thing. Okay. So you have a lot of different options here. And I'm going to go up here to this one and we are going to tinker with him a little bit. I'm going to delete some of these others quick, get them out of our way. I'm just going to move these blank ones over here to the side. I may use them. And I'm going to make this a little bigger. Now, once you have your image generated, you have some more options now. Up at the top here, your first one, it's like a little lasso. That is modify area. So let's say we want to put a hat on our llama. You just select the area and let's put top hat. And we'll click modify area. And it's generated images now with our little llama wearing a top hat. Okay, so that's really cute. You can erase areas if there's something in here you don't want. Like in this case, this image generated a signature at the bottom and we don't want that. So we'll just click erase area and it gets rid of that for us. So here's our image without, and then there is our original. And next across the top is you have your background remover. You can just click these little like scissors and it will remove the background from your image. And boy, it removed a lot, didn't it? It removed way too much this time. So you can undo that if you didn't like what it did. It's usually a pretty good background remover. I'm not sure why it took so much of this one. And with this, the next one, you can replace your background. So if you click on that one, it's going to take a second and it's going to detect your existing background. All right. And now we can say, where do we want to put him? Standing in a field of wildflowers. And just click change background. And now it put our little llama in a field of wildflowers. So that is a pretty cool feature. I like that one. And you can vectorize your images. This is a raster image right now. If I want to export it, it would give me the options of PNG or JPEG. All right. But let's say we want to turn this into an SVG file. Well, we just click this little button up here right next to the t-shirt and it will vectorize this for us and turn it into a scalable vector graphic. Okay, and it's done its thing. This is now, if I click export, I can export it as a SVG or a Lottie. Now the only catch is this is a image that has a lot of colors, and it tells you right here there are over 4,000 colors in this image. But because it's an SVG, you can actually reduce them. You could toggle it down until right there's 12 colors. Now this isn't the best kind of image to vectorize, but I just wanted to show you that you can do that. All right, so let's get rid of that. Come back over here, and I'm going to tell it isolated on a white background this time. And we're going to do the illustration again. Okay, and now it's given us different options this time. And I think I'm going to run the background remover again and see how it does. It should do a lot better. The last one, I just think there was too much going on in the background. It wasn't sure what was part of the image and what was part of the background. Okay, and it did a little better job this time for sure. It left our pot of gold, our coins, and our llama. All right, so that's the background remover working much better this time. Let's get rid of this, and now I'm going to show you something else. So now we have this cute llama with the gold coins and the pot of gold, and let's say we want to put him on a t-shirt. So we can go up here and click the little t-shirt. Nope, I goofed up. That was the wrong button. I apologize. We're going to go back here. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is come over here to the left and click on mockup, or watch this. Yes, we want to create a new mockup. All right, and we can type in here, woman wearing a t-shirt, white t-shirt, facing forward, full view of the shirt. And it will generate a realistic image of a woman wearing a white t-shirt for us. And there it is. And now what we can do is we have our woman with the t-shirt, and now we can just take this image and drag it right over, and it will snap into place, and we can resize it and move it around wherever we want it. And create a mock-up that we can use for our image. All right, and actually what I would do is I would make a copy of this image and drag that over for my mock-up, and then I would still have this one that I could export as my transparent PNG. All right, so you can create your own mock-ups in here, which is fantastic. We can upscale. We have our basic upscale here, which it will just upscale the image and make the details crisper and more clear. Let me make that mock-up a little smaller because this is going to get real big. Okay, so let's zoom out here. Do that. Now this is upscaled to 4096 by 4096, and you can use this one, or let me copy and paste this guy again and move him over here. Or your other option is, oh, he won't upscale now that I already upscaled him. Let's drag this one back out. Make him bigger. We can do what's called a creative upscale. And what this one will do is it will look at our image and try to fix small errors and make things a lot better looking. So once that's done, we will compare these side by side. Okay, and now that's done. And if you look at these side by side, you can see that the creative upscale smoothed things out a lot. Look at our sweater where you could really see the gradients between colors. It smoothed it out a lot on this llama. His fur is looking smoother. Your gold coins. This one was shaped funky. It tried to fix it on this one. It smoothed out the color in our pot. So it tries to improve the image as well as upscaling it. All right, so that's another really cool feature. I really like that we can do that. Another thing we can do is upload images. Okay, guys, sorry for that. They changed things around a little bit. They must have had an update over the weekend, and you can import an image from, there we go. So we can take this image that we already made somewhere else, upload it. Say we generated this a long time ago, but we can't remember what the prompt was. We can upload an image and click extract prompt. And it will generate a prompt for us. So let's generate this image. Let's copy and paste this prompt that it made. And see how close it gets. Okay, and here is our new image that it generated based on the prompt that it extracted. It's pretty nice. It's not quite a slice of cake, but it is very close, and you could easily edit the prompt to make it a slice. All right. Now another feature you have is creating your own style. Right? If you have images that you have saved from other previous generations, you can upload them. Let's not upload that one. Let's do this, this, and this. Those 5. You can upload up to 5 images that are in a style that you like, and you can use that as your own custom style. All right, so let's add this and say custom clip art. And you can add particular parts to the prompt. It's a clip art prompt, so I'm going to do, or a clip art style. So I'm going to do isolated on white background, and that will be included by default every time I use this style. And now that we have all our images uploaded, we can put in a test prompt over here. Cute raccoon. And just click generate test image. And there is the raccoon it generated. I'm not a fan of his colors, but I didn't specify, and I have a lot of bright colors up here. But I will, let's do isolated on white. Natural color palette, isolated on white background. And let's test this again. Okay, and now it generated that little guy. I might, let's do realistic. let's do realistic color palette and see if that makes it. All right, there he is again, and I put realistic. So I think I am going to do natural color palette, and we'll test it one more time just to be sure. All right, and there he is, and he looks pretty good. So we're gonna add to my styles, and now let's take this strawberry cake and run it under our new custom clip art style. Okay, and this is what it generated this time. And that is a completely different look than the original. So it's nice that you can upload your own styles, or you can create your own styles. All right, so let's move on. One of the other features I absolutely love about Recraft is its ability to generate seamless patterns without fail. So I have a prompt here. I'm dropping in for a pattern, and I'm going to select the seamless digital. I have it up here in my favorites, but you can scroll down and it will be there as well. And just click on Recraft and it will give us a seamless pattern. And I'm going to open up Pattern Checker so that you can see that it is seamless once they are generated. All right, and here is our pattern. And I will save this. All right, that's saved. So let's go over here to Pattern Checker and just drag that right in and drop it. What in the world? Oh, there we go. And you can see that it is, in fact, completely seamless. So this is a really great generator for seamless patterns. It's probably my favorite for seamless patterns. And now we have our image set where we can let's take our clip art style, and we can put in here 6 different things. Let's say dog in the grass. And I'm going to copy and paste the in the grass. And cat. Oops. And let's do a raccoon. Oops. And I just did 3 instead of the full 6, and it will generate, and these should all come out in a similar look and style, so they all match. Let's zoom in here so you can see this a little better. And yes, they all come out in similar styles, so you get all the images generated will be matching. So let's finish these off with let's do a llama in the grass. And you could just fill the whole set, and then when you if you want to use one, you can just drag it out into their individual images. And here's our llama. And in here we could put little boy in the grass. And this one we'll do a little girl. And these will all be similar. The same kind of style, same colors, pretty much, all matching and going together nicely as a set. So that's how you use the set feature. We'll get rid of that. And a frame. A frame is different. Okay, a frame will take an image. Let's put this little boy, this little girl in here, and then you would insert text in your frame. And let's just say summer fun, okay? And make that bigger. Let's put the kitten, let's make him a little smaller, and the puppy, we could put him in there. And make sure you select the frame itself, and then you can just put in here fun bold font, wildflower field, and bright sunshine, and hit generate. And what it will do is take all those images that you put inside of it and that font and blend them together into one cohesive image. All right. Okay, and there is our image that it generated from our 4 images and that basic text. Now, I did not remove the backgrounds from any of these images, so that's why we still have the white at the bottom. But it still did its best to blend it all together and make it a cohesive image. So if you had several images that you wanted to put together and add some text to it and make something different, this is how you would do it with the frames, which I think is a fun feature. That is not something I've really seen anywhere else. But if I go up here and I remove these backgrounds, let's try it again, okay? Let's remove the backgrounds on all of those. And we will recraft this frame. Let's drag that over. Okay, and now you see that it blended everything together, put them on that wildflower field background, and turned it into a cohesive image. All right. So again, that's how the frame feature works. Let's get rid of that. And we did the mock-up. We went through that. Let me just grab an image that we generated, bring that over here, make it bigger, and look to see if there's anything else that we forgot. I believe we went through pretty much all of the features. Like I said, you know, you have your custom styles, which is fantastic. You can build unlimited custom styles, and it only takes like 5 images to create your style. Here's this llama that we did with our clip art style. But if we put him into illustration, and no. I didn't want to overwrite him. I wanted to make a new one, but I forgot. I didn't click the right buttons. But there's what we get when we run the illustration version compared to our custom clip art version. All right. And let's try llama in grass with the words no drama in the image. And let's see how this does with text. Typically, Recraft does very well with generating text, but we're just going to test it here quick in a custom style. It's not honestly something I've even tried to do before. I never gave it much of a thought. So, but it does give us no drama, and it makes, he's really cute that way. I like this little guy. That would be a fun image for a t-shirt or a tumbler wrap or something. This little guy would be too. And this one. So it still seems to do text really well, and it looks good. So overall, this is Recraft. I showed you the modify area, the erase area, remove background, change background. You can convert images to a mockup. We didn't make any today that would have been appropriate for that, so let's do that real quick. We'll select photorealism, and we will white coffee mug on a rustic wooden table. Let's just recraft that quick. All right, and this is what it generated. And you would use it this way so you would get more options. When you say generate mockup, you get one mockup and that's it. So this looks pretty good. So I might want to use this as a mockup. So I can come up here to the top and just click on the t-shirt and select convert to mockup. And that is now a mock-up that will accept us dropping this image in. Now, I did not remove the background on this. It's just to show you that we can. Like I said, we turned it into a mock-up, and now we can put our image on the cup if we wanted to. All right, and that's how you do it. Now, obviously, you would have, removed your background before doing that, but for all, intent and purposes, just as a demo, you saw that it did in fact work, though, now as a mock-up where we could just drag our image and drop it in. Let's bring this little guy out, I think. Nope, his background is, but you can put any image in there, just like that, and move it wherever you want it. And there's another one. So the mockup feature, I think, is really nice. You can create your image, remove its background, upscale it, and create a mockup for it all in one place. Let's get rid of the llama. Let's say we want this little boy. We can remove his background. And it took more than I wanted it to, but we're not going to worry about that. Slap it in here. Put your mockup in place. Put that there. Take this one, upscale it,